What Final Fantasy VII Rebirth needs to do to succeed. I could say the easy things. Side quests have to be good, the story has to land, the world map has to have meaning, etc, etc. Yes, it has to have those things, definitely, but there's one thing I don't see many bring up. It has to have the confidence. What do I mean? Well, it has to do what Remake did with its narrative, but also more. Final Fantasy VII Remake is not really that controversial, but it kinda is. Many are against the new stuff, and not even just the whispers, but new levels, extensions of certain segments. Rebirth seems to be heading down the same route. But one thing I don't think many of the detractors understand is that Midgard being extended meant it would have a new type of tight pacing, but not the same as the originals. If it was, the game would not have explored new elements to the cast, locations, some new bosses, and new music. It would have just been a 5-hour episode. These elements allowed the game to have a new type of pacing that was also as tight as the first games. Going from 5 hours to 30, I could have expected worse, but it went above and beyond what I could have imagined. Yeah, it could have been just the OG but expanded, and honestly, I would have been fine. However, there's one thing that, in my opinion, made the first remake game come off as confident in what they were making. They incorporated elements people do not like, and continue to do that into the DLC. Many people do not like the compilation stuff or anything adjacent to it, which I would say the Whispers are. We have multiple callbacks, many elements, recreations of scenes, and a few of their characters. They go as far as calling back to a throwaway line from Dirge Cerberus in episode intermission.
It's nothing like I expected.
Not even a person in your position was informed?
No. Other than the President himself, the only people who knew of Deep Ground's existence were most likely Heidegger, Scarlet, and the head of biochemical research, Hojo. After the President...
I want them to suffer. The rest, I leave to you.
It's great details like this that I want them to keep buffing to Rebirth. It's basically been confirmed that there are two worlds in Rebirth, Zack's world and the party's world. Zack's, as we have seen in these trailers, have a good amount of new elements that were not in the original, but the party has some too. But to show confidence in the vision, they should have a bunch of new things in the main party one, and not just changing things like the ship or expanded minigames. Those things are nice, but I think we should have more elements like the weapons. Do not exclude the compilation stuff to the Zack world. I think if you don't, then you could have something like the Whispers, but on a much larger scale. I think the Whispers were a great element that they put into the first remake, especially when it came to Chapter 18. The Whispers as an element, basically being a core crew to open the bottle that is unknown journey, is fascinating to me. How they get involved as the planet gets more scared of an unknown future, I think was handled greatly. I want more of that. Don't make elements like Zack's world, Sephiroth appearing more, new characters, compilation stuff, and the like, a small part of the game to not scare away people who think this remake isn't good, or a good idea that you're doing a lot of new things and not sticking to the original. Stick to your guns, execute it great. While you'll lose people who wanted to give you a second chance, you'll keep the people who believed in your vision in the first place, and you'll gain new fans from it, just like with the compilation. You can't satisfy everyone, but if you're a creator, you should try to create something you want, and I think that'll resonate with many, more so than just trying to satisfy both crowds, because I don't think you can. In my opinion, Remake did this, and if Rebirth has the same confidence, it'll resonate with us, the fans of Remake, and more. That confidence will make it a game that will be remembered for a very long time.